Well, we're glad to have you guys on because this is one of those little-known benefits. We all kind of know we got it when we served. Some of us occasionally use it, or we used it once a long time ago, and we don't know what it's like today. This is not only for veterans, but their friends and family to get educated on this, so that maybe you can say, hey, you really should look at this, no matter what somebody's telling you. So why don't we start with this, Michael? Why don't you start with explain what the VA home loan program or this benefit is about?
Sure thing, Jim. The VA home loan benefit is actually a guarantee from the Veterans Administration, and it guarantees the home loan against foreclosure, in essence. Now, that in itself may not sound like a huge benefit, but it does allow a veteran, an eligible veteran, to purchase a home without a down payment or without monthly mortgage insurance payment like many other mortgage programs. Because the VA home loan has performed so well over the years, the rates are generally, in many cases, better than other types of financing. So it's a home loan benefit that gives veterans a chance to buy at a lower rate with much less expense, with much less out of pocket, and get started down the road to build wealth. It's kind of important to point out that the VA itself doesn't lend money. The money comes from banks in the secondary market. The VA acts as an intermediary to guarantee the loan and to set up the rules for the program so that lenders know how to structure and offer the loans. Does that make sense?
It does, and there's a lot to unpack there. Eric, do you find that VA home loan program is used primarily by first-time buyers, or is it exclusive to first-time buyers?
It is not exclusive to first-time buyers. Specifically, the VA benefit, it's a reusable benefit. We as veterans, once we've earned it, can use it as many times as we want, with some stipulations. You can't have 10 VA home loans, but you can, in some instances have more than one. And so, I'm a good example of that. I didn't use the VA loan for my first home, but I did later use it on that home, and then again on a new primary residence. And I simultaneously had 2 VA loans. A lot of people don't know you could do that. One thing that's worth pointing out, it's easier for me to say this than it is for Mike, as a veteran myself. We just tend to not know, we don't know our own benefits, and there's a lot of problems that stem from that, because for whether it's a veteran who's doing great and has everything going for them, they're probably missing out on some things just because they haven't spent the time to find it. And then, veterans that need help often have hard times figuring out what their own benefits are, because it's just not our primary focus while we're in. And then, once you're out, you're kind of on your own unless you find somebody to help navigate through the system of what all our benefits are. So when it comes specifically to the home loan, we try and put pressure on those in our industry to represent the VA home loan well and be educators in the space to be able to make sure that veterans are taking advantage of the benefit that they've earned. Because a lot of them, if we aren't the ones that tell them about it, they're not going to ask about it. And we've seen that time and time again where veterans just didn't know, and so therefore they got put in the wrong loan program. And it's not necessarily that it was a bad loan program; it just wasn't as good as what the VA benefit allows for.
No, you're absolutely right. Education was really the key part of this. That's what Veterans Lending Council is doing, and that's why we do what we do on Veterans Radio, is to kind of get that word out. You mentioned, Eric, and I guess I'll toss this to Michael, can this only be used on primary residences?
Listen to this full episode and more on the Apple Podcasts app, Blog Talk Radio, Google Podcasts, or iHeartRadio. And now streaming on Amazon Music, Audible, and Spotify.